You're welcome to my healthy food place where we share ideas on how you can stay healthy naturally. And today is a special day. We have hit 1,000 subscribers, and I think it's worth celebrating. And so, what do we say? Congratulations, a very, very big congratulations to us, all of us in the community, especially at the community level, who made it happen. Thank you for all your support. And so we're not stopping there, we're moving. And I want to appreciate all of you. Your comments, your likes, your shares is needed to help us move to the next level. Don't forget, I'm your host, Grace Enemali, and don't also forget to like, comment, and share also this live. If you see the share button, go ahead and do it. It's it's a way of also showing your support. Today, talking about, thank you, Ife Inwa. Congratulations to all of you, us in the community. Yes, I said that. You are the very foundation. You are the beginning, the very, very foundation of it all. So I don't forget that. And all your support, Ife Diora, you're welcome. All your support, all your likes. In fact, in a lot of ways. I'm so excited to have that community that is so supportive. I always call you my family. And I don't say it just with my mere mouth. I always mean it in my heart when I say that this community is my family. Yes, one-on-one. And so I appreciate you all for being present here on this very first event, first live as we hit the 1,000 subscribers. You know it's not a joke. All the glory go to God. Sister Agatha Bube, well done. Mama Gia, thank you. Thank you for all the support. Please drop your comments, drop your likes. If you have the share, but share it also. I'll be talking about water therapy. It's not just here to celebrate. We will still do the needful, which is our wellness talks, our talk on how to stay healthy. We've been on it, and there is no ending. All of you that have been supporting me, I appreciate you once again. We can't say too much of it. Keep doing what you're doing. When you support others, God will send supporters your way too. Whatever you're doing, you will have supporters come your way. That is exactly how, because it is what you give that you get. So we move. Remember, our subject today is on water therapy. We cannot talk too much about water therapy. There's no talking too much on it. Sometimes it is common to assume that a lot of people, I think I've welcomed the first two people. I've seen 5 people there in the house. And if you're a member of the community, you can drop a comment so that I can also welcome you. And then even if you are not a member of my community, wherever, just drop a comment so that I can also say welcome and then thank you for also coming, taking out your time to be here, and then to learn also. Now, water therapy. The focus today is what exactly is water therapy? How do we take it? When do we take it? That is the 3 questions I like to focus my life today on. And then if there be any other thing, we'll be talking about it. You're welcome. Great work, Mama G. Appreciate you. So I love that comment. So I am saying that the water therapy that we know, a lot of people just take water, maybe because there is water everywhere. Have you ever wondered why we seem to have so much of it? I mean, Mother Nature seems to give us so much water. I'm talking of rainwater. I'm talking of well water, whether it's borehole water. I'm talking of spring water. I'm talking of stream, when you go to stream. I'm talking of oceans. I'm talking of spring water. I'm talking of the rock water, all kinds of water. Have you ever wondered why Mother Nature has given so much of this particular, whether it's food or mineral or whatever, but life giver. Now, I will tell you that there is a reason that whatever we see so much of in our environment, it seems to me that it will benefit our health in a lot of ways. And I'll be sharing, after telling us what is water therapy, and then when we should take it and how we should take it, and even the amount that is needed, expected. And then before I go, I will also share some of the, or do a kind of reminder on some of the very benefits of water therapy. Now, if you look around, like I said, you see water everywhere. If you can't get it through the rain, you get it through your borehole, through the ocean, through the stream, through the rocks, and several other ways. That is a sure sign that it has so much to give to us. And so you stick to this life. Make sure you stay, if possible, to the end or almost to half of it, because I want to really talk about this water. A lot of us, we just take a glass of water or 2 glasses and we go and we say we have taken enough water. If water is taken in the right amount, it can resolve a lot of ailments. What exactly is water therapy? We go. Water therapy is simply a simple way of taking water. The word therapy, for therapeutic purposes. Therapy is for therapeutic, we can say it's a medical, it sounds more medical to say something therapy for healing, for treatment, and for giving you, some kind of health-related results positively. Let me put the word positively, because it has to be a positive result that you get for medicinal purpose, for therapeutic purpose. That's the way I can define or explain it, the water therapy. So when you are taking it for therapeutic purpose, you want it to serve as a medicine for you. You must, first of all, ensure that you are taking pure water. Now, pure water is not the nylon water we see around, that they call pure water. That's just a word that they use to define, express the water they hawk around. But pure water is water that meets the pH expectation of pure water. It is water that is not acidic, water that is not heavy, water that when it gets into your body, the body accepts and uses it. Bearing in mind also that our body is said to have or to be made of over 70% water. I mean, the human body functions mostly with water. We are already aware that you can stay for a couple of days without food, but definitely not without water, because the body runs most of its activity on water. The water is needed for transportation of nutrients. Yes, the water is needed for cleansing, removing waste that is generated in the process of digestion. Now, the water also is needed both for internal cleaning of your body and for external cleaning. Of course, you have to take your bath each day, like I did today and do every day. You need water for detoxification. You need water to help digestion. You need water to help transportation of the nutrients. It's water that does it. And so several other things. Now, we have understood what water is. But towards the end of this life, I shall be telling us some of the common ailments that ordinary water therapy can resolve for you. Yes, if you have been taking water, maybe you've been taking it the wrong way. Now, there is a lot of, teachings about water therapy. But the first time I talked about water therapy was over 20 years ago. I actually found it, I myself learned of it when I found it on a handbill about a Japanese doctor also who was having gastric or gastroenteritis issues that have lingered. That's what I read in that handbook. For several, been receiving treatment, receiving drugs and medications until he put this water therapy into use and saw that the gastroenteritis disappeared. That's what I read in that handbook. And after reading it, it's just a small handbook. Not really a book, it's a pamphlet, because it's just a printout, like when you give out tracts, but it's a big one. So just a short story and testimony. And it was so inspiring to me. That was how I got my inspiration. Because some of you may be thinking that I have always known about water therapy. Not at all. I have not always known about it. It was after reading that handbill that I began to reason. In fact, before then, I was going for antenatal checkups. Before I came across that handbill, I was going for antenatal, and each time I go, before that, I've never known about water therapy. Each time I go, they run the normal routine test for antenatal. I was actually expecting my first baby then. So they always find out that there's protein in my blood. There's protein in my blood. I didn't know what to do. This is what ignorance could cause. I'm just bringing this up. I didn't really have mind to say it, but at least as I'm led to say it, I have to say it also. Because there's nothing that doesn't have a beginning. That's the beginning of my encounter and practice and belief and teachings on water therapy. And so after each time I go for my antenatal checkup, I always see that they always report that there is protein. And it's worrisome for me. It was worrisome that what do I do with protein in my blood? You have to submit the blood and urine, and they check it. But my dear people, after reading that handbill, I went and started practicing the water therapy. And how do I do it? I'll tell you. What I read and what I began to practice was that when you wake up in the morning, this is how it is done. To pay attention. When you wake up in the morning, you have to go straight and take the water. Then I wasn't talking about warm water yet, but warm water is a later addition to it because of the aging process, and because it was also found to help resolve things like high blood pressure and help people with diabetes and pre-diabetics and several other benefits, which was not my concern then, being a young woman at the reproductive stage. So diabetes was not the issue, high blood pressure was not an issue. And of course, if the water therapy thing didn't come up, probably all these things would have started showing up as diseases too. And so I began to practice the water therapy for myself, because whatever you want to sell to others, you need to eat it yourself. You need to test it on yourself. And that's exactly the way I run and behave with my community members. Whatever I want to share to somebody or sell, if it's an idea, I need to put it into practice too and see that it worked for me. So I went and began the work only on myself. So the next time I went for the antenatal checkup, surprisingly, the protein or whatever they found in my urine was no more there. So they were asking me at the antenatal clinic what exactly I did, that I always have protein. But what was actually the problem was I was not taking enough. So that was causing all those things. The urine was always concentrated. And being an expectant mother, you say, eat well, eat protein, eat this, eat that. Of course, I was eating all of that. But one thing was missing. in good amount, and that was the water, having sufficient water. And I tell you the truth, since from that very day on, that protein in the blood or whatever was never present again. That was the end of it. And guess what ignorance will have done? Maybe I would have started looking for medications to resolve the protein, like many of you are doing. Some have liver issues, have kidney issues. Instead of taking the ordinary water to cleanse the kidney, to cleanse the liver, they start bringing in more toxins to overload the already overloaded. And so that was my encounter. I think that I've solved. If you are wondering, or how did I come, I was not the one who postulated the water therapy. I read it on a paper while I was working in the hospital as an administrator. So I read it. After reading it, I began to practice. After practicing on myself, I began to teach it. And even in hospitals from then, when I found it solved my own problem of having too much protein in my urine. And so that solved it. There was no need for medication running here and there. And I had my baby, was good. And so that is about how I came about it. And so how was I taking it? The way I was taking it is what I want to share. When, upon waking up, and that's how to take it, depending on your weight, the weight, if you are weighing up to 60 kg or over 60 kg, you must take up to 7 to 8 glasses. That may sound big to people. I don't have glass here to show us the size, but by the time you finish that 8 glasses after waking up, your tummy will be big. And you need to have urinated within the first 1 or 2 hours of taking the water, at least 2 or 3 times. If you haven't done that, it means that you have not taken enough. And the quantity you took may be because of your weight, because heavy people and weightier people need more. And so don't say Mr. A took 4 or 5 glasses and he was okay, or she was okay. And so Mr. B also, who is weighing 80 or 90 in terms of weight, is now also going to take 4 glasses or 5 glasses. No, my dear. I was weighing over 80 then. And the book I read, the handbook I read, was talking of if you are weighing over 60. So I was over 80 or even close to 90 then. So I was really, really drinking the water when I woke up. So if you are weighing over 60 kg, you need to take up to 7 to 8 glasses of water in the morning. And for now that we are getting older and older, it's better to make it warm. Then I wasn't talking about warm. Making it warm wasn't an issue because I was quite young. And so warm water is better for older adults because it helps with blood pressure. And then after taking the water in the morning, you don't have to eat. Please, you need to pay attention to this particular aspect. You don't have to just go and eat. You need to give the water about 1 or 2 hours time to walk, because it has to do some cleaning. And when you are about to take the water, you don't have to brush your teeth. I was following what I read from that handbook. I can't remember who wrote it. Just picked it along the place and I began to read it because I somebody that likes to read a lot. I pick something, I'm reading. Maybe you wonder why I'm using glasses. I like to read, and it's good. Because when you read, you feed your mind, you feed your brain. Whatever, your brain is like computer. Immediately you read it, it's like you're inputting something there. So, you don't have to brush your teeth. I was also doing that. And what we are told, I was meant to understand, was that by the time you start brushing and doing all of that, all the bacteria begin to run for survival and hide. And so when you take the water suddenly, without food, without brushing your teeth, you start flushing them from the oral region. because most of them are also in your mouth. And so they are like taking unawares. It's something you don't have to be notifying them, because they are living being organisms too. And because they are living, they are also struggling for survival. So by the time you bring in your toothpaste and all the stuff that we normally use, they get like a kind of notice, and you may not capture some of them. They are also smart, talking of the bacteria. And so taking it like that is very good. The next way to take it, the next thing about taking the water therapy is that you don't have to eat late food. Yes, before, that's the way. You don't have to eat after 7 p.m. if you are doing the water therapy. So by the time the water will be coming in the morning, the belly is virtually empty, so that all the organs will be exposed, and they will be able to access water quickly and easily. And so you don't have to eat late. If you want to observe what I read and carried from my book, Little Hand Bill, is you don't have to eat after 7 p.m. And after 7 p.m., you stop all the food. And then the next morning, you move ahead for the water therapy. And if you're an older person, warm water. And today we're even talking of adding lemon juice. But there was no lemon juice where I got my idea from. And so the lemon juice should actually not also be every day for older adults. Once in a while, you can add it for alkalining, more alkalining. It's not a must. There are some days I myself don't add the water, add the lemon juice. And so that's about how to take it. And when to take it has been taken care of in the morning. When you wake up, you take it. And the evidence that you have taken correctly is that you must have urinated at least 2 times, or 2 or 3 times, to show that the body have got enough. Or else, if you took the water, if you had the water therapy and you didn't urinate after 1 hour, it means the body just took everything and there was nothing to send out. So this is the evidence that irrespective of your weight, you could even need 10 glasses if your weight is much. Now, there is another positive aspect to this water therapy we want to also learn over the years. And that aspect is the fact that ailing people, if somebody is already weak due to either sick or age or for some maybe kidney or whatever, you do not have to rush the water therapy. Yes, you do not have to rush it. You have to take it, gently, slowly, bit by bit. These are other, when you start something over the years, you start to, improve on it. Let me put it that way. The improvements that have been made on the water therapy, part of it that I have observed and seen is very old people and ailing people should take it little by little. And there are other parts of it which we shall be talking maybe some other days. A lot of things that you need to also bring in to help ensure that you get the full benefits of the water therapy. In the morning, that's the best time to take the largest amount of water to help your body do a lot of work, which I shall be sharing also, to help your body do a lot of work. And the organs that benefit most from the water therapy, I want to also share it. Remember, no late meals if you want to take the water therapy. Number 2, no brushing of your teeth. So that is a reason why. After the water therapy, you can now go brush your teeth. Then, Ruth, it's not easy to take 8 glasses. Yes, that's what I'm trying to also tell you, some of the things. I was doing it then. I tell you the truth, my love. I was actually doing it. But I tell you this, the way I was doing the water therapy, 25 or more than about that years ago. Of course, somebody that is 60 plus, You already know I'm already 60. There is a plus there now. And then the time I was talking about practicing the water therapy, I was about 29, 30. You can imagine, over 30 years ago. And I was not, and it was very easy for me, as a matter of fact. I was just taking it. But I tell you, my dear, not anymore. Now, when I want to take water, I take full glass, gently, finish the stainless cup like this one here. I can take 3 of this one. Just saw it now. I didn't know, because I have different sizes of this cup. This size, another size. There is another bigger size. There's another one. I have all of them. Then the next to this, take it 2 of it, or sometimes 2.5 in the morning, or sometimes 3. But I don't like that go for 3. I just take 2, or sometimes 1.5. But if it's this size, definitely 3 of it. This regular size of the cup at this my age. But not just gulp it immediately like I normally do then. The body was still strong. And 29 years old, 30 years, you're still bubbling. 30 years, I was still bubbling. I could just take it. But I don't rush anymore. I don't rush. And I try to make it warm. That is it. And then, what are the benefits? Remember, I said I'll tell you what it is. I've told you what water therapy is. It's a systematic way of taking the ordinary water for therapeutic purpose. I try also to explain to us what therapy is. Medicinal purpose, or for healing purpose, for positive purpose, and others. Positive health purpose. And then also, Lucina, you're welcome. Is it easy to take 8 glasses? Me, my people, is what I do. This cup, you see, I thank God this cup is here. I didn't plan to show us, but I'm glad it's here, this glass. I have the first size, the second size, the third size of this cup. They're all inside. But you see this size, 2.5 or 3 of it. So maybe when you measure it with glass in terms of, depending on the size of the glass, that's why it's important this cup is here. It's a regular cup. So about 2 glasses will go into this one. Then if you take another one, about 2 glasses, and I tell you, like the next size of it, I normally take 2.5 of it. That's almost about that. That's the truth. Every morning. That's the truth. And I will share the benefits, some of the things that it does. If you don't do it any day and you're used to it, you may not get the result immediately, but later in the evening, and you may start running temperature, or start experiencing constipation, or maybe you gas and the gas is polluted, or you start experiencing something like bloating, and then sometimes mild form of headaches. These are small little things that it resolves, and sometimes poor appetite. Now, I'll tell you some of the things that water therapy resolves. The list is endless. I can't finish the list here, but I tell you, if you take it the right way, it resolves a lot of things. And as a matter of fact, for those of us who are in our 60s, you may have to take it, and next time you take it like up to 3. You share it like up to, like, you take the first part, and then later you take again 150 cl of water every morning. Once I wake up, that's good. Keep it up. And so sometimes you take the first batch of water, and then you wait. That's what I do sometimes, because when you rush it the way I used to rush it that time, I was still quite young. It looked like it's trying to intoxicate. Water intoxication. Your body, like, I listened to one video of one health talk, one more elderly woman than myself, who was suggesting that you may need to take sea salt. I'm trying to practice that, to take small sea salt to help the water to enter into the bones, because the bones need the water. But when you are getting older, the woman is quite older than me, far older. You know, when somebody is over 80 and talking about health, I listen more, just because I know the person is likely to have more experience than myself. And so she was saying that, Ngozi Amadioh, you are welcome. Thank you, my sister and reverend. And so she was saying that you may need sea salt to put in your mouth. I've been practicing it, honestly speaking, to help the water to get into the bones, because the bone need the water so much. I don't have arthritis. I don't have any sign of arthritis today. I'm trying also to make sure. I have seen people in their 50s with serious arthritis case. I've seen also people even less than 50. Most of these things are deficiencies, including water, especially water. I have also seen people who are 50 and above, who are younger than me, also having a lot of bone-related problems. I mean, things like arthritis and joint pains. And I've also seen people who are 80, 85, who don't have joint problems, who don't have arthritis. And I'm praying also and desiring that with application of some of these things, when I'm in my 80s, as God pleases, I won't have to be suffering the pains of arthritis. Most people developed some of these age-related problem because of some of these deficiencies, nutritional deficiencies. Lack of water can cause arthritis to start. I mean, proteins and other nutrients will start getting deposited in the wrong places because there's no transportation around. Water is the one that does the transportation to the places where they should be. Yeah, it is water. You can imagine when you are going to a place and there's no transport for you. I'm just trying to be a teacher to bring it a bit home. And there's no transport. You could just sleep anywhere. That's what the nutrients are doing. If there's no transport to take you to where your location, that's what water does, is the transporter. And you don't see the transport. What do you do? If it's a protein, like they were finding protein in my urine, you go and say inside urine, can say in the kidney. And you know how dangerous too much protein is for our kidney, especially for older adults. If you are eating protein, yes, we say protein is good. Protein is the building block. That is even when we need more water. Because if you don't take the water therapy, the excess protein or whatever go and stay inside the kidney where it's supposed not to stay. Some will go and stay somewhere where they ought not to stay and be causing problems. And some people, because of ignorance, they go for medications. So they're having pains here, they're having this. And those drugs, we still need water. And if you take the drug and you didn't take enough water, you create more problems. So that's why I don't always suggest we rush for medications. I'm not saying medications are bad, but it shouldn't always be the first thing to do. Immediately we ensure that our body is properly hydrated. After the proper hydration, then we'll be talking of other things. And so things like arthritis could be warded off if you're taking water. For an older adult, if you're taking warm water in good amount, you could avoid things like arthritis. Yes. What if I am not at home? Can I take water at room temperature? Now, I have heard people ask me a question. I mean, military officers, top military officers have asked me a question. Say, what if I'm going for work as a soldier? I know I will face parade. They've asked me. They've come. I've encountered a lot of people. Of course, over 30 years, I've been teaching about water therapy based on and how it started and how long I've been on it. I've been teaching it in churches. I've been in hospital. I've been creating the awareness. It's not today. I've been on it. and it's been working for me. Teaching and educating people, not just online, but I'm talking of physically. Where people gather and I teach about water therapy. It's working, and the message is even spreading more and more. Younger people are talking about it. And so if you are, for instance, doing a job like the question that you may have to urinate like a soldier, if you take water therapy and you have to be on the parade ground, every moment you say you want to urinate, they may send you for diabetic tests and say maybe you are sick. So what I am suggesting, which is my own opinion, you can also do whatever will work for you. Now, if I have a place to go, what I normally do, if I suspect urine will be the issue, I wake up earlier. That's what I do. I wake up earlier and take the water therapy. Yes, I take the water therapy. But if where I am going is not something that will take too long, I will not take too much water. I will take the quantity that will keep me to where I'm going. Then I will not eat, because I know the stomach is not ready yet. The body is not ready yet. Then when I come back, I will continue the water, but I will have to brush my teeth. This is just another side of it. And then go and come back and take water again. Because what I'm actually saying is that the body is not hydrated enough. I'm talking of proper hydration. And so when I come back, I take water again and sometimes take a little break to rest before food. Because sometimes also we are in a hurry, maybe it's getting late and go and eat. And the result is always not good when that happens. And so if you are, what if I'm not at home? Can I take the water at room temperature? I've already tried to. If you're not at home, wherever you are going, if you know the place, for instance, is a place where you can go urinate, you can get there and then take your water there. The room temperature water is not a problem when the weather is quite hot. We must also get some of these things. When the weather is quite hot, the water will naturally be slightly warm. But I have noticed water, I will tell you the truth, I've had to struggle with almost heart or cardiac issue because I took water at the very late, like 11:30 p.m. and it was not the warm water. And that's why I have a small flask by my bedside. It's not here because thank you, my congratulations, you're welcome. So that is why I am saying that the water I've had to get up, take water, room temperature, and I suddenly started coughing. I mean, very pinching feeling in my heart. And when I survived it, I say, it's over for me and cold water, especially from 11 or 10 p.m. You may have been doing some of the things and getting away. But I tell you, as you get older, sometimes you may not be lucky. And that's why it is good to be updated educationally. It's not okay to just say, I've known everything. Let me just go away. Or let me not just attend. Maybe as there is opportunity today to share about it, somebody will just say, is it not water? I beg, this topic stuff, mommy don't talk, mama don't talk about it too much. Make I just go. There are updates. That's what I'm saying. Water will have hurt me, really bad several times. This same simple water we are talking about. And when I escaped it, when we started hearing about standing up to drink water, sitting down, initially I didn't welcome it. I wasn't interested in it so much. But I tell you, it's also good to sit down. That's another aspect of water. Now, a younger person who is in her 30s or 40s could just be taking it, standing up like I was doing too. You could just be taking it even anywhere. But I tell you, with that water therapy, sit down and take it. Don't rush. Don't stand. Especially for those older mommies. Sit down. There is a reason why. Sit down and take it. Me too. I used to doubt some of the things. But when I test it on myself, I tell you, sit down. Sometimes when you sit, you just hear come on your joint. And it is in a play sickness don't start with that. That's how old age sickness start, just like an accident. The water go just go enter one place. You just sit down, make the body receive it, because it's very important. It's a very important mineral. The body needs it. And it's contained in all parts of the body. Eye need it, the eyes, every part to function. And so that is about it. The water, if you are going somewhere, you think how to do it so that water will be the first thing that gets into your stomach in good amount. Let me put it in a safe way for those of us who are doing jobs. You are driving to work. Like when I was also driving to work a few years back, I'll tell you about the water therapy again. It changes. I didn't used to take it. I used to leave home to the island from around 5:30, 5:45. I don't drive out of the house that time. Even if it's raining, doesn't matter how bad the weather is. I'm off the house, Third Mainland, so that I won't get caught up in the traffic. But I don't normally take my water therapy at home before then, because you get to the go slow, you be urinating up and down, causing traffic problems. So I normally take it in the office. Yes, I have my kettle in the office there. So once I have my toilet, everything is there. So I don't normally take it at home. So these are some of the variations that you can vary depending on your work and other things. But if you sit at home like us now, you just wake up, you go and take your water, no shaking. But if you are still actively going to office like I was doing then, I normally go. I don't even take any water because there's water in the workplace. There's electricity. You have to boil it. I take as much as I want. Toilet is there. So that's how I was doing. Just wake up and I move. So you can also take that idea if you are still actively going to office, maybe very early in the morning. You have to arrange yourself. If there is water there, like my own case, you have to take it when you get there, the water, and then do your urination and everything at that location. That is about the water therapy. You don't have to take any excuse in order to avoid it or rush. There are occasions too, I'll tell you the truth. There are occasions when I've had to, take little. Please, I want you to pay attention to this aspect where I want to share now, because some of us are victims of it. So there are a few occasions when I didn't have to take as much. Maybe I was just hungry. Hunger can put some kind of tension in you. You don't take up to the quantities, you just eat. Food was ready, looking at you, and you take up to like 1 cup or 1.5. You didn't take 2. And then you wait for like 30 minutes. I'm telling you practically what happens with me, and maybe happening with some of you. So after taking the 1 glass or 1.5, and then eating and enjoying the food, maybe the food was already served on the table, or you could see very delicious meal already looking at you. You've not had what, you just rush and take 1 cup. I do it at times, or 1.5, and then in a few 30 minutes, you're already on the food, eating. Then after eating, Okay, this person say you are right. I don't normally take it on Sundays. Yes, that is another occasion. So after taking the water, some of these things I'm responding to is just falling out of some of the questions and then discussion. Now, after taking the 1 cup and 1.5, and I just rush and eat, some of you are victims of what I'm saying. You just, food done ready, they look you for eyes. So you just eat it. After eating, you just be good doing everything. I will just be doing everything. Then when it's time to sleep, the body comes like a debtor for it. I've talked about this before in one of my videos. The body, you can't cheat your body. It will come for that water where you don't give up in the morning. And I have had occasion when I knew that I cheated my body of water in the morning. In the night, you just be shining your eyes. You don't know why you are awake. The body says, I've come home. I will be drinking water, and even till 1 p.m. That water that I missed in the morning, I will take it. The body will come to collect it. And then until you give it finish, especially this age, you know they sleep. Sleep, no they, or you just be gassing. Maybe depending on the things you ate, the type of food you ate, you just be gassing, passing gas. And by that passing gas, the body is saying, I need water. You are grinding food in the engine. And the engine says, I need water. You are not bringing water. So the body is gassing up and down. You're passing gas. I don't mind. I've told some people, sometimes I will take water until I know it's enough. If not, your chest will be disturbing. Those who are even on medication, they are worse hit by low water in the poor, improper or poor hydration, I'll call it. If you're on medication, you need even more. So some of us who are not on medication, for instance, when you are about to sleep, the chest comes like you want to lose grip of your heart. Sometimes come like a pinching feeling. It does. I do feel it. It keeps disturbing. Maybe something, you just can't have a smooth flow of sleep. Why? Because you missed 1 glass or 2 glasses in the morning and you were eating and enjoying yourself. You may be getting away with it as a younger person, but older adults, they don't easily get away with such unwholesome habit, I call it. And so that's why in some of the videos I made or discussions, I said, if you don't sleep at night, sometimes check, are you properly hydrated? It may be that there's something your body is asking for, which you didn't supply, because you can't cheat it. It's smart. This is our body, very smart. If na protein you no bring, you go bring am home. If you no bring, I go dey look you. Especially na water. Water own is the worst. So you must make sure you get sufficient water. Some people are asking, what if I take tea? What if I take green tea? If I take this tea? I do not, for me now, water is different from any other this carbonated. It has to be plain, clean water. No caffeine in it. Just water, water, water. We need more of it, the older adult I'm talking about. And what does it do? Finally, let me highlight some of the things that the water therapy does, that it has done for me. Like the first example I gave, it can help to reduce that incidence of protein in your urine. I don't know what medical term they call it, but it may have a name, a medical condition. When a woman goes for antenatal, some of your grandchildren or granddaughters who are pregnant, tell them to always take enough water so that they won't go and say they see urine. They see protein in the blood and they start looking for medications. They should always take enough water. Now, it helps your kidney. That one, there's not much emphasis. It supports your kidney to function at its best all the time. Water. It supports your liver. Helps your liver to cleanse. It supports your digestion. You have a smooth, healthy digestion. No, and not, the next one is it supports your colon health. This constipation. It reduces gas, gastritis, gastroenteritis, all this gassing. It helps to resolve it. It helps to make your skin to come out. It's an anti-aging drink. It supports your brain and several other, reducing things like stomach ulcers, things like arthritis, reducing the risk of things like colon problem, like you're not passing out stool, aiding your digestion, reducing all kinds of, ailment, including arthritis, which I mentioned earlier, reducing the risk of things like that, arthritis also. Things like, what do they call it? Wrinkling, faster wrinkling. Yes, if you want to reduce that wrinkling, you need to take enough water, because the water will get to your skin. I have also seen people who are even below my age with so much wrinkles on their face. So if you want to reduce it, you need to also ensure that you are getting enough water. Now, there's one aspect. I've already highlighted some of the most common benefits, but it's much more than that. Much more than these benefits. These are just the simple ones. But there is also something about water which I need to highlight to us, apart from supporting our health in a lot of ways. Now, there are certain foods that you take, you don't even feel like taking water. Yes, foods like caffeinated teas, coffee, and it's not good. And coffee will drain the water. I do take coffee. You will have watched some of my videos where I talk so good about coffee too. But I tell you, some food that you take will make you not feel like drinking water. And those food, I tag them as food that does not help our detox system. One of the food that I can mention to you, you can write it down if you like. If you want to really drink water, to open up your detoxification pathways, is moringa seeds. Now, if you suddenly discover that you don't have, it's common with older adults also. You don't even like drinking water. You just like babies too. I don't know, maybe when we are getting to a certain age, things started changing like baby life or something. I don't know. You discover that babies don't like water. They just want food. So you have to force them to take the water. The same thing, when we are getting to this age, sometimes you just like, you don't want to take water. But I want to encourage us that there are certain foods that actually make you have that feeling more. You just don't want to. When you take protein-rich food, for instance, your body will demand water from you, more water. But when you take too much carbohydrates, they ought to drink. It's not a building block. So what does the body need it for? It will just be stored as fat. So when you are taking too much carbohydrates, you are not giving your body room to request for water. But when you take protein-rich food, high-fiber food, vegetables, raw, fresh vegetables, when you take fiber-rich foods, your body will be foods giving you the signal to go for water. Because once time you want to detox, and I give you of one such food, moringa seed. When you take it, not more than 2 seeds or one, sometimes I take just one, and you notice, you will just observe the speed at which you're drinking water, because it's a detox food. I will not go more than this. If you have any question, you can drop it, because I intend to end this live in the next 4 or 5 minutes. And so, please, if you have any question, maybe we'll have to come again. But if you think Yes, water have no substitute. Thank you, my sister Lucina. Now, if you think I have not done justice to the subject, you can also comment so that we'll come again. The next life I'll be here, we'll come and talk about, we'll continue to talk about it. Even if we talk about water for 1 month, it's not too much because it's so you can see I didn't even intend to talk on all these things I'm talking. We're just showing up, coming up as we talk. The thing keep coming up and revolving. And things keep, subject to talk about keep coming. And so that is about it. You can't talk too much about water. When I thought to discuss about it, something was telling me, say, you have this one, nothing to talk about. It's already over. Don't overflog it. That's no overflogging on water. You can see that so many things were coming up as the topic was being discussed. And if I ask you, if you have benefited from this lesson, this water therapy thing, you can also comment and say, I benefited. And it also showed that it wasn't really a wrong topic or subject. It's not a waste of time. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you are coming this way for the first time, like the live, share it. You see the share button, and then subscribe, because knowledge is power. Food remains our medicine. Moderation is our rule. I need you to also comment, your view on this live so that it will help me also to know the next direction to go. Because I don't think the topic is a waste of time or is overflogged. That's exactly water therapy. How, what it is, how to take it. We've talked about it here. When to take it. Very impactful. Thank you. I benefited. God bless you, my sister Ngozi Amadio. And I need more comments like that too. I know my top supporters because I have the privilege now to know my top supporters, and I have seen them. I'm seeing their names on my YouTube studio. I'm beginning to be seeing the names of those who are supporting the channel, and then who are visiting, who are reading, who are commenting and liking. And so I need more comments. I benefited. Thank you so much. I need more comments. I need more positive. If you truly did, if you feel it's not a waste of time that you came here, then you don't need to. I don't need to force you to comment. Just comment. I gained a lot. And God bless you. Thank you all for coming. And for me, I benefited even as the host. Thank you for coming, and see you again. It's bye-bye for now. Very informative, benefited. Thank you so much. More comments. If you're in the house, comment I gained if you really did. It's not, you're not being forced to say you gained if you didn't. But if you think we need to do more work, I need to do more work on this subject, please comment it. I will do so. I will gather here again next time and we'll go ahead and continue to flog on this water thing, because we can't talk too much of it. Pass it on to your children, your grandchildren. Tell them that they should take water seriously. Thanks for adding more knowledge on water. I really gained. Oh, thank you, my sister Alabi Katrin. You're welcome. I need more comments. More comment, please, if you gained. Because it encouraged me, making me know that choosing the topic was not a mistake. Because it took me time to make up my mind that the topic, water therapy, we need it. Not much. It can't be talked too much. So I need more. Tell us exactly your feeling about the topic and what next. If not, I will also be talking on something else. But if you want us to repeat more, talk more on it, we'll go ahead. By the time we start, you will be seeing more dimensions that we never thought to do. Thank you for coming. Once again, congratulations to us. See you. Bye.